Hi friend, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Today is finally Indie Bookstore Day and I am so excited to visit 4 of them around here in Las Vegas. 2 of them are going to be at the Henderson Library Book Festival. One of them is called the Bookshelf Vegas, which is a mobile bookstore, and the second one is called Book and the Bean. They are, I think, an online bookstore only, but they usually do a pop-up store at events around Vegas, so I'm excited to hopefully find something to bring home from those 2 stores. The third store that we're gonna go to is called the XOXO Book Boutique, and I think they just opened recently. It might have been yesterday, although I did follow them on Instagram and I thought they were open already in February, but maybe it was like their soft opening and now it is a grand opening. So I'm super excited to see what I can find there. And the last bookstore we're gonna go to is called the Las Vegas Books, which is a used bookstore that I've been to many times. They are having a promo where you can buy 3 books, get 1 free. So I'm excited to see what I can find there. I always find pretty good gems at Las Vegas Books, so hopefully I get to bring some new books home. And lastly, we're gonna go to a little free library in Las Vegas, kind of near to where we're going for lunch. So Celadon Books actually dropped off a new release book, I wanna say last week, at random little free libraries all over the US. And usually Vegas never really get picked, but they actually dropped some of the books at one of the libraries here. I'm hoping that there is still some left over. I doubt it though, but I'm gonna just still check it out because it is nearby and I do have 4 books to unhaul. So let's go ahead and head out and come along with me. Alright friend, we just got back from the Henderson Book Festival and I got a bunch of books from the Bookshelf Las Vegas, but I'm going to show you the book haul a little bit later. I just wanted to do a quick check-in. We actually went to XOXO Book Boutique and I did get a few books. Also went to the Bookshelf Vegas, got a few books there too. And we stopped by the library in Henderson and also got a couple books there. So I can't wait to show you all of the books that I got when I got home. I feel like I've been spending a lot of money, but I do feel good because I am supporting local businesses. So I can't wait to maybe go back. And I did also do an order with XOXO Book Boutique for 1 book that is actually the first book in a book series by a local author. I didn't know that she was local to Vegas and they told me that, so it's pretty cool. It's about I think a couple people in like the music industry, and the book that I got today is about a girl who wants to be a K-pop idol, so it's kind of interesting to read something like that. So now we're gonna go to lunch because I'm hungry and Ricky's hungry, and I probably will see you in a little bit. We took a quick late lunch break and now we're on the way to this little free library. Supposedly Celadon Books dropped off some of the new release books last week, and usually Vegas wouldn't really have any of these little free library drop-offs because last time they didn't have it, but this time they do have a location here in Vegas. I'm gonna check out and see if the books are still available. I doubt it, but I just wanna see if they might have 1 or 2 left. I do have 4 books to unhaul to this little free library, so if I see something else that I like, maybe I'll pick some books up. So these are the 4 books that I'm gonna unhaul to this little free library, and let's see if they still have that book. Okay, I don't think they have that book that they supposedly drop off here because it's been a week, but I think I'm just gonna drop off my books. Just put this. Alright, that was kind of a buzz. I'm pretty sure the books were all picked up by everybody, but I got to drop off 4 of my books there. And now we're gonna head over to Las Vegas Books. It's a used bookstore that I've been to a few times. I've always found really good gems there, and I think Ricky found a couple mangas as well. So let's see what they have. We are leaving our last stop of the day, and I'm pretty happy with all of the books that I got today. I'm gonna probably do a book haul when I get home. There's I think a few more independent bookstores here in Vegas that I didn't get to go this time around, but I will leave like their social media and website links down in the description box below so you can check them out. But anyways, that's the end of today's adventure, and I will see you at home. As you can see, I am back at home, and I can't wait to share all of the books that I was able to purchase today from my local indie bookstores. I honestly wasn't planning to get this much books. I was gonna get maybe 2, maybe 3 books from each of the stores because I still have a lot of books that I need to read in my physical library. Let's just go ahead and get started with the very first indie bookstore that I went to, and it was the Bookshelf Vegas. I think that's what their official name is, but it is basically a mobile store that would pop up at different events around Vegas, Summerlin, Henderson area, and they were at the Henderson Library Book Festival today, and I'm so happy that they actually do have like a used bookstore in the back of the store. I thought they were only gonna sell new books because they do have new releases. I saw Emily Henry's new book, Abby Jimenez's new book, maybe some other ones that I didn't really get to see because there were actually a lot of people in there, and I know it's such a small space. I didn't want to take too long of a time browsing. Ricky even decided to go out because he knows that he wasn't really buying any books. But anyways, the first one is The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. I've heard so many good things about this book, and I've been waiting to buy this book until today so I can support my local indie bookstore. And then the next book that I got is Swept Away by Beth O'Leary. I've heard so many good things about this author, but I've never actually read any of her books before. I honestly was intrigued of this book because it is on a cruise maybe, or on a yacht or something. I love to go on cruises. I've been on like 10 cruises so far, so anytime a book is set in a cruise ship, a yacht, or something like that, I'm always intrigued to read it. These next 3 books are actually from their used book section. I think paperback was $5, hardcover was $8, and I found a pretty good selection. The first one is Once More with Feeling by Alyssa Sussman. I actually have her book Funny You Should Ask that I really should be reading because I just love her book, and the layout of the book is similar to this, but it's in a different color. This is her other book that I already have. As you can see, the cover layout is pretty similar. So now I have like 2 of her books. Maybe I should go look for her other books so I can have a collection of these cute covers. The next couple books that I have from their used book section is Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. I've heard so many good things about their books, and this one is also in my TBR list. I think I've added this to my favorite in Book Outlet, but I saw it at the bookshelf. Might as well pick it up because I've heard pretty good things also about this book. The next book that I got is Instruction for Dancing by Nicole Yoon. It is one of the Book of the Month book, and you know that I am trying to collect as many Book of the Month books that I can find at thrift stores or at bookstores. So I decided to pick it up. The cover is so interesting. I love the teal color, and it's about dancing. I used to dance when I was little, and I'm just interested in reading about this story as well. The next stop that I went to after the bookshelf is one of the Henderson libraries. If you have a public library near you, you should definitely go in and check out their used bookstore. I want to say most, if not all, of the libraries would have used bookstores. They might not have like the newer books or anything like that, but sometimes you can find pretty good random books, which I think I did at this library. I was able to get 2 books that actually are interested to me that I would actually read them. The first one is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, I think. This one is the winner of the Pulitzer Prize, and I've heard so many good things about this book. I'm not really sure when I'll be ready to read it, but when I am, I have the book in my possession now. And then the second one is Neon Guts by Katie Robert. I think this is part of a series, and I don't know how many books there are, but this is the first book. So let's see if I like it. If I do, then I will maybe continue reading the series. I think I've seen a few Katie Roberts books at thrift stores, or if not, I can hopefully find it at Book Outlet, but I decided to pick it up because it's only $1. So the next location that I went to is called the XOXO Book Boutique, and they are a romance bookstore here in Henderson. I think they actually did a soft opening on Valentine's Day, but they did their grand opening yesterday because they finally get their store sign outside of the store. So I decided to pick up 3 books. I also ordered 1 book because I got a book that is part of a series. Maybe there's a duology. There's only 2 books, and the first book actually sold out yesterday, so I decided to order it from the bookstore anyway. And I got ASAP by XCO. This one is the second book in a series, and the first one, like I said, they were sold out. The owners of the bookstores actually told me that this author is local. She is from Las Vegas, and I told them that I would do more investigation, and it's true. I follow Axie on Instagram, and she is local here in Vegas. And I told them that, you should post more about your bookstore, and then maybe she'll come and sign a few books. The next book that I got is called The Perfect Escape by Suzanne Park. It's about a weekend-long survivalist competition. It is interesting because the main male character is Korean American, and he kind of looks like one of the, K-dramas actor, so I decided to pick it up because it looks interesting. And then the next one that I got is called The Girl Most Likely To by Julie Tew, I think. It's about 2 people who went to their high school reunion. I graduated high school quite a long time ago, and I've actually never been to my reunion. I don't know, I never got invited, but this is their 20-year high school reunion, so that just sounds interesting, and hopefully I like it. I'll definitely let you know on any of these books once I read it. I will definitely post a review on Goodreads, probably do a book review video on my channel, so make sure to follow me on Goodreads. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I have all of the links of where you can find me down below, so definitely check it out. The last place that I went to is called Las Vegas Books. It is a used bookstore, and I've always found really great gems from that bookstore, so I decided to go because they have a buy 3 get 1 free books, and I was able to find 4 books that are actually really piqued my interest, so let me just share that with you. So the first book is called The Bright Test by Helen Huang. I think this book is a part of a book series as well. I actually saw this at the XOXO Book Boutique store, but I didn't pick it up because I was like, okay, I don't think they have all of the collection, and I didn't know that I could just order it as well. But anyways, I got this book. I'm gonna try and see what are the other books in the series, and I'm pretty sure you don't have to read it in order, I think, but if I do, I guess I have to read the other ones first. The other book that I have is You Again by Kate Goldbeck, and I feel like I've heard people talk about this book, and also the cover scream fall for me, and I feel like this might be a good one to read when it's fall time. We don't really have a real fall weather here in Vegas, so maybe this could help me feel that fall vibe when fall is coming around. The next book that I got is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Backman. I've read A Man Called Ove, I think a few years back, and that is probably my top favorite book because the story is just break your heart, but also it's just really good. So I decided to pick this up. I'm hoping that it will be as good as A Man Called Ove. So let me know in the comment below if you have read this book. I know a lot of people love Frederick Backman's books, and I know he has a bunch that are already out. He has one coming out in May, and I'm trying to catch up with all of his books. But let me know in the comment also which one is your Frederick Backman's favorite books. Last but not least, I decided to get The Sun Sets in Singapore by this author right here. I'm not gonna butcher their name, but this is, I think, about expats who live in Singapore, which is actually really interesting because Singapore is really close to Indonesia. I have been there a few times. I went there recently in 2023. Singapore is actually a really good place to like live in. It's very safe, and the synopsis of this book is just really piqued my interest. Like I said, it's about expats in Singapore, and maybe I can learn a thing or two about being expats in Singapore. Those are all of the books that I got from my local indie bookstores. Let me know in a comment below if you participated in Indie Bookstore Day and what store did you go to in your local city, and let me know what books you got. If you want to watch more book haul videos, I have quite a few of them on my channel, and you can definitely go check it out next.